Hello and welcome to Allies of Justice, week 21. How's everybody doing?
Fantastic.
Terrible, but great.
Yeah, it's been a 21 episodes. Good job, guys. And no one's died. I mean, no one important.
Oh.
Oh. Ouch. Rip Joshua, rip Kronk.
Yeah, no one important.
Kronk was pretty important.
Nah.
Was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that guy that our entire company is named after.
No,
We can do without him. Don't worry, we can do without
It's
him.
okay, you got the important nappy side still alive.
What?
Wow.
So, anything exciting happened with your guys' weeks as we move closer to the Christmas time?
I bought a
I'm
gift
leaving.
for all my friends, not you
I'm
guys.
leaving for France tomorrow, I suppose. Going on a boat. I'm staying my Christmas over in like a kind of rural area of France. This is alright.
So you go from
You
one
sound-
rural
you sound so-
area to another rural area.
You sound so thrilled about it, Alfie.
I mean, like, I've been to France a lot, and honestly, I don't really enjoy going to foreign countries because they're all the fucking same. Everywhere's the same as everywhere else. Don't believe the lies.
Yeah, everything's the
hurts.
same as Australia, I guess.
That
So,
hurt.
anybody else?
There's- I had my thesis approved, and it's now actually on my university's library. So that's kind of mind-boggling.
Oh, congratulations.
Somebody actually found something I did to be good. That's not usually how things go. But whatever.
Has to happen at least once. Anything from you other three?
Oh,
Yes?
I know.
My college semester's done, so that's something.
Oh, sweet.
Going on a
As
cruise
I
soon.
said, as I said, I bought gifts. That's it.
Oh, also been annoying the crap out of everybody else by showcasing this thing. Because look at it, damn it.
It vibrates. We don't care.
Yes. It goes bzzz.
Anybody else?
Well, that's a technical term, so.
No.
AKA. Alrighty then. So, who wants to do the recap for last week's episode?
Emo as they was emo.
We pretty much sat at the inn and we had a bunch of RP confrontations. And that was it.
And yeah,
Yeah, she may or may not be Adze's father. Who knows?
I think we all know.
Aliens is now a shadow.
Yes, that happens temporarily, don't worry. It's just the curse that was laid on me a couple of years ago.
Does
We also
anyone want
found-
to go into further detail?
We also found out that Adze was a masochist, apparently.
My cats Enrico teased the shit out of him for like the whole way through. And basically attempted to get him in with basically anyone who showed up. Good time. It was a good time.
Oh yeah, we also got a. Did we talk about the bombshell yet? I didn't quite hear everyone talking about it.
No, we did not. Well, we said stuff happened, but we did not say particular things.
Okay, well,
Yeah, it's almost as if they haven't been through 15 episodes of doing the recap and just giving a little information. So yeah, go ahead.
okay, well, a certain person in this party starts with a Y, ends with a Z. Turns out is Adze's. Well, he
Oh,
believes
I'm
he is
Nasta's
Adze's.
father.
He. Yeah, you shut the fuck up. Anyway, yeah. That's what's happening right now. He is
And it really
supposed to.
hurt Adze. And Adze was all like, "You all deserve to die because of what you do."
Whoa.
And then an important thing we noticed that Adze hates the fact that he's okay with being a cannibal.
Yeah.
That was a thing.
If you said because you missed it, it's probably because Aliens was talking over the whole exchange.
Good job, Alien.
I'll be sure to commit seppuku after the game. Don't worry.
No, commit Sudoku, come on. Get with it. Get with it.
Alright, so getting back into today's episode. The camera moves through the heavily overcast sky of Elp as the rain continues to fall, drenching the entire landscape from horizon to horizon. And while it continues to move down, it finds itself over the shoulder of a currently cloaked individual. A large leaf currently over their head, blocking off as most of the rain slides off of it. Before the clandestine figure turns and looks at the establishment of the last catch. Holding out their hand, a white-gloved palm would hold a strange device, clicking it open. And inside, an arrangement of different numbers around a circle, and 2 different arrowheads slowly moving appears on the screen. Before looking at it a couple of seconds, it closes as the individual looks back at the last catch with a nod. And with that, the scene goes black before coming back in. The group currently still inside the last catch. Adze and Naomi making their way in after a couple of hours. And the overall mood of the group, with the aid of Rico and Naomi's song earlier, not necessarily cured completely, but in a lot better place than where it was before. Which this is where we're going to open up our scene. As a group sits here, most of their food either eaten completely or already taken away at this point. Left with just your drinks.
Well, Adze would very as cordially as he can pull out a chair for Naomi to sit in first before he sits down.
Oh, thank you. And she'll sit down.
Alright, and then he'll go pull up a chair for himself to sit down.
What time you going to finish? I think yesterday he told me he'd be finished around 2, 3 o'clock on his day. And the boy will not eat or do anything between.
Adze would just go back to, is there any more scraps around?
Not enough to get a decent amount of food, no.
Alright, well he'll just pick at the scraps.
Echo will just be way off. Well, not way off, but like basically at the edge of the table. He's still sitting down, just looking over everyone for the time being. He seems oddly quiet. Someone who may look at him may notice also that he seems to have a notebook next to him. Seems to have been writing quite a few things down.
Vedran would be sitting next to Rico. Just kind of be sitting next to each other, maybe taking a sip of one of the drinks every now and then. Kind of like whispering between the two of them. But nothing of any particular interest.
Crystal wouldn't really be doing anything either. Probably just like sipping on a drink now and again. Nothing really big.
Yaj would still be moving around the stuff on his plate, occasionally glancing over at Adze.
While Adze is probably doing the very opposite, making sure there is absolutely no eye contact between him and Yaji.
Naomi looks nervously between Yaji and Adze.
Seems like the entire situation hasn't really simmered down at all.
As you all begin to wait here, the door to the last catch eventually opens. As a small, around 5 foot tall man with a large handlebar mustache would make his way through. His demeanor would look cheery and upbeat compared to the dreary environment that really painted his entry, and with the attitudes of everyone inside. He would move towards the table as he takes his hat off and reveals himself to be none other than the illustrious Jacob Jaffe, before coming down and pulling up a chair as you all sat arranged in different places at the table here. Good. You all came on time. Punctuality's a good trait from this kind of trade.
Yeah. As Ace says, not looking up from this plate.
Tension fills the room.
Echo will close his notebook and say, "Yep, we're ready to do anything that'll take our mind off things." So.
Then let me go ahead and start with that mind taking. So, I spoke to some of you earlier about the idea of helping out a caravan that's trying to come through. They're called the Honeydew, or Honeydew Caravan. Small little company that's been building up trying to make a headway here. Yeah. And like I said earlier, they're trying to find their way to a small village a little further into Ulturu. The people that you're going to be working with is going to be a Master Maylene, or Mulan. I don't fucking know, some kind of urban name. And her retainer. Or their retainer. That's another thing he turns looking at Naomi. Are all your people supposed to look both gender? Because it's confusing as hell.
Oh, my brothers look very, masculine. Do I look like a boy? She says quietly.
He shrugs. If I had a little more alcohol in me, I could make a mistake. But that's not why we're here.
I don't think that was an appropriate question.
Well, it didn't help much because when I tried to at least do it politely, they made the habit of avoiding the question. So, they also have a retainer by a kite.
Well, that's what
A Targan girl.
I'll say again.
Hard to miss him.
A little bigger than you, but
Anything we should particularly know about?
Well, in terms of the trek, you're going to be going to a small, still unnamed village outside of Ulturu, or inside of Ulturu, outside of Elp. It's probably about a 3-day trek.
3-day there or 3-day there and back?
3-day there.
Huh.
Oh,
Do you know precisely where it is?
From the way that they described it, it should be in the southeast, a little bit into the forest.
any stops along the way, or are we going to just do a full trek directly to there.
As far as I know, it's just a full trek to it.
Alright.
What's this caravan carry? What they take into this village?
Food, supplies, material. Things to start up a little home base for their operation there.
Nothing particularly expensive.
Expensive in bulk, yeah, but no. You
But
aren't
something
doing anything illegal,
attractive
don't
for
worry.
reading. That's what I was getting at.
Say again, boy.
Just making sure there's not anything attractive for criminals, people thinking of trying to make some gold out of it.
Well, if they are, that's what you six are gonna be there for, right?
It's
Right,
what
yeah.
I'm told.
Right.
I mean, has there been problems in the past?
He looks at you and just, like, looks at Adze. It's like, have you not been filled in? You knew?
I don't think I've been filled in on any particular problems, no. I've only been in Arturo for about a day.
Yeah, there's problems here. Though, I think I can leave that up to your boss to handle that little issue of describing that. Don't want to supersede him, after all.
Right, yeah. Of course. Isn't that right, boss? Vedon looks to Adze with a bit of a grin.
Yeah.
So, he would look like out the window, as it's still well, not out the window, out the back, because it's an open back, so people can fish for their own food. But it's still raining heavily. I give or take, they should be here within 20 or so minutes. They wanted to do a meetup with the people that they were going to be working with. You know, make sure that your alignments fit and all that nonsense.
Right.
Seems fair enough.
Yep.
You've already eaten?
Eaten more than enough.
All set over here.
Yeah.
Good. I hope you guys did all your shopping early enough, because if this hits off well, you can be expected to be leaving by tonight then.
Alright.
Got it.
And I can't implore this enough. Since this would be the first business endeavor of the new Adze and Kronk and Company image, you have to make sure this goes off without any hitches, you savvy?
Yeah.
I get you.
We'll do our
Well-
best.
We'll make it work.
First impressions are always important, that kind of thing. Making connections.
Exactly. He gives you like a hand gesture and a nod and smile, and then turns to Adze. It's like, this one's a smart one.
Yeah. He's clearly, his mind is not in it right now.
Okay, kid, can you say something more than yeah? I've been here for 5 minutes, only word coming out of you is yeah. You drunk?
Right. No,
Is you heading again?
No.
He comes in like smacks your face. Come on.
nothing. I just.
You'll have to excuse him. They had some. He just had to deal with some personal stuff. Don't
It's not
worry,
his day.
he'll be fine.
Well, he puts a hand on your shoulder. One thing that my dad always taught me when I had personal stuff come up in front of something very big. He told me to nut up, shut up, bury it, deal with it after work. Got it? Good! Alright! He backs off.
He knew something like that was gonna be said.
Beautiful. Just beautiful.
Not a language my father would use, but the idea is the same.
You guys need to make impressions, good ones. Stop looking like you guys just got drugged through the mud. Come on. And
We
you.
have our mascot with us.
What? The bear?
No,
Our mascot, Bear.
we've got a mascot now.
I don't think that's a very good idea.
Do not bring that animal here. For the love of everything good that owl does, do not bring that thing here.
Yeah, I have to agree. I don't want Bear asking somebody to go hairy nipples. I still don't know what that meant, but I have the terrible feeling that I'm going to suffer because of it.
Alright, and... lock the digs. Good job, Adze. Naomi, nice coat. Akko, my boy.
Yes.
You look like you are cheese.
Yes, that tends to be the case when everybody else uses ranged weapons.
You don't have a change of clothes, mate.
Well, we tried to go get a change of clothes. As you can see, the only thing that anybody around here seems to wear is freaking leaves.
Yeah, it's on the up.
Oh yeah, you have a new leaf, don't you?
Yes, but it doesn't really fit. It says like, because the shirt thing you guys bought clearly is like one size too little for him.
I mean, I have some spare pelts. We can make a loincloth.
You know what? I'll take it.
Well, that's not too bad. Loincloths just recently went out, so you won't look too far out of cusp of everybody else.
Yeah, to be fair, everybody seems to want to be naked most of the time around here. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame. Back in the Empire, people's prudeness kind of made nakedness sell, so them being so open about it, that market kind of just dropped a lot.
I know I've been hidden away in the forest basically for a couple of years, but it still seems a little ridiculous. A bit ridiculous. Sorry. My... having issues speaking today, I don't know why.
That's okay, I'm sure no one's gonna expect more of you. So, I'm gonna go ahead and head outside so I can try to catch wind when they get here. You guys get that, he does hand gestures to Akko, finished, and remember, bury your shit at the door, you're going to work. As he gives you guys thumbs up before turning on his heels and moving with a prepiness step towards the front door.
Well, it's a good point.
Who actually is this guy? I mean, I know he's getting us work, but what's your guys' relationship with him?
He's a businessman.
Is he your boss?
Business consultant.
Consultant, right?
Think about it as a contract thing.
Yeah.
Per contract.
I get you.
Seems very full of himself.
Yeah, they're always like that. They gotta big it up for those working with them.
Better than what it used to be like. Trust me.
What did he used to be like?
She just looks towards Adze.
Don't worry about it.
Rico leans in. It's like, that sounds like that's a story attached to that.
Sounds like there's a story being attached with everything here. I'll be honest, I feel a bit out of the loop.
Don't worry, you'll figure things out as they go along.
I hope so.
Are we going to bring Sharptooth with us?
I think we should.
He's
regardless.
currently just slept in the carcass of one of the fish bones on the table currently.
Oh Jesus. Sharptooth.
I will just losing a bit of patience. He just slammed the table like.
Oh,
He pops up as a fish like stays on his head, so he's just like 2 legs out of a fish mouth.
Sharptooth, down from the table.
You can see like the tail of the fish kind of just slope downwards in a sad maneuver before like drugging his legs and jumping off the table with the fish still on him.
Don't do that. Just takes the fish out of his mouth.
Can I keep the fish?
No, don't speak with your mouth full either.
Man. Okay, Akko. Can I keep the fish?
No. No, you can't keep the fish. That's your punishment for the day.
Aww.
Hey, I bought the fish. I get to decide what happens with it.
Just Echo will then sigh and just think, Gov is really gonna kill me. The more I can avoid Gov, the better at this point.
So, does he get to keep the fish or not?
No, Echo would just fucking throw it in the fucking sea again or something. I don't know.
I think he gets to keep the fish.
Too late.
it's gone.
Suppose you owe me some fish.
Hey, you have money for days. Don't worry about it.
As a 200 gold fish sails over the edge of the board and off into the sea.
Good job, Akko.
He got pissed.
There's a lot of money for the fish.
Let's just get on with this, alright?
What are we going to do with him? I don't think bringing him is a good idea.
Well, I don't think
I don't
leaving
think-
him either would be a good idea.
I'll
Yes,
keep
that
him.
mark.
I'll keep him around. If the people complain about it, you can just tell them that's unfortunately how orcs work.
Do we not leave him with the others?
Leave him
What?
unsupervised with Gub Gub?
I don't think that's a good idea. I feel like the best option we have right now is to just keep Sharptooth with us. And I also don't feel like perpetuating that a stereotype of a half-orcs, Mr. Akko. That's alright with you.
but it will at least be easier to deal with them. Just if it's helpful at this time, just do it. We'll sort out that nonsense afterwards when we have time to actually, do it properly.
We'll figure it out.
Do what you think's best.
Right. Come on, people, just try and put a good face. You heard what Jacob said. And he's right. You need to make a good impression here.
First, we'll just sigh. Alright.
Good impression, David.
Yeah?
I'm very excited for my first job as part of Adze & Co.'s group.
Alright.
Alright.
Making it all business-like kind of ruins the fun a bit, but
We are sort of a business.
Yeah,
you
but
want to
I
look
mean,
at it like that, yeah. But
I mean,
yeah,
like, put your best face on,
I'm always putting my best face on. It'll be fine. So, what's the plan, huh?
Well, it's
Done
an
quickly.
escort job, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, like, what do we say to them? What do we not say? You know, the things you shouldn't talk about and make sure to represent the group properly.
Try and reassure them that we'll manage things properly, If anything unexpected comes up, we know how to
Obviously,
improvise.
I'm speaking about more particulars. Is there any particulars I need to know about? Because that Joffy guy said, Panda, you've come into problems before?
You can say that.
Ako will look at Ed and say, like,
Naomi will look at Ed too.
Probably
Crystal-
shouldn't be talking about the deaths of the recent members. Doesn't look
Crystal
good, I
looks-
think.
look at
Okay, yeah, well, I didn't know about that. Telling me that kind of thing's very helpful.
there's only been one situation, but it was one situation.
Yeah,
Oh,
one.
we lost a very important member. He was one of the founders.
They're called Kronk by any chance?
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. So one of your two people naming your company is already dead.
To be fair, it was not a situation that many people will have gotten out of like easily. And considering what we managed to do in that situation, I'd say that he died with quite a bit of honor.
And
You wouldn't be looking at that one.
I'm not judging anyone on that. Just saying, something like that's not gonna look too good.
As you guys are like talking about this, Crystal's just like looking down at the table, really sad about it.
But beyond that, I can't think of anything. As Yaji's finishing tying off the pelt, he'll hand it over to Akko. Here.
Thank you. And I'll go change very quickly. I'll be right back. He just asked for some place where he can just change and goes do so. He'd be back in a
Go
couple
out
of minutes.
into the alley.
No, he's trying to do it, somewhere where people won't, see his fucking orc junk.
Yes, the alley.
Welcome to the jungle. Watch out for the Xants.
Right, well, he'd go off. He'd be back in a couple of minutes.
Everyone else?
Crystal just looks really downtrodden now. Not doing
Yeah,
anything.
Veterans is patiently waiting.
Yep, we're just gonna wait for our client.
So as the time passes, Akko, you finally get your pelt loincloth kind of situated. It kind of rides, but it does the job of keeping you covered, and much like Jacob Jaffe said, it doesn't seem that out of touch with everything that people have been wearing while in Elp lately. So it kind of gives you a feel of inclusion with the overall fashion sense here. As you give a couple of nods, you turn around as behind you stands a woman
Oh, God.
around 6'9". Her arms would be crossed, and from underneath her cowl, you could just see two golden eyes just hardly looking at you.
Hello?
The sound of a sneer would permeate from underneath the cowl, as she doesn't move, but the only movement on her looks to be a red scaled tail that playfully wraps to the side of her thigh.
Echo will try and grab his things. He's like, lady, I don't want any trouble. He's clearly going for the things that he's normally uses for protection, at least on his pack.
And the moment that you say that and you just turn, basically trying to diffuse the situation as passively as possible. You lean down and then just get your chin punched from the side to the point where you just ram into the side of the building.
Do I
feel
have?
that?
Did I get any view even of who did it?
It was more of a, not much of a damaging punch, more that something just got you completely off guard and threw you to the side a bit. You shake your head a little bit as you just have a hand on the last catch's outer wall in the alley as you turn and see the woman currently in a fighting stance, just looking at you now. Still not saying a word.
Will that hit have been enough for me to lose my grip on my things?
Depends on what you're trying to grab, specifically.
I was trying to grab my axe.
No, it wouldn't have been enough for that.
Right. Aka will get on a fighting stance with his axe. It wouldn't say anything. It just, be aware now of the situation. Just be ready to fight back if she actually hits. He's not intending to actually, look for trouble. He's only looking to respond, at least to her attack.
And as you wait there, the rain continues to fall. She's standing there in her stance and you in yours, just doing a small pirouette around each other before she does another quick movement and lunges forward, bringing up her knee. And it's around then the camera goes black as it goes back into inside the building, as you guys are still just waiting on Akko. A couple of minutes have passed.
Okay, so just because people are talking over you guys, it's kind of hard for me to hear. So just a recap. So we're waiting here for our client, correct?
Yes, Jacob said they would be about 20 minutes.
Okay. And he said how long will the trip last, presumably?
3 days.
3 days to get there, 3 days to get back, probably.
Okay. Alrighty. And he said, the woman's, our client's name is something like Maylene or Mulan, some Vervin name.
Yes.
Yeah, and she's probably a Verv. Okay. Alright, just making sure I got all that down now. Alright, so everyone other than Akko is still at the table?
Yep.
Alright. Okay, then. Adze, being very quiet, would look up from the plate, looking over at Crystal, who seems to be quite sad right now. Are you okay?
She'll look up. Yeah, I'm fine. I just don't like talking about that subject.
Yeah, I know. Well, has everyone done everything that they needed to do? Be the last chance to do it.
I've done everything that needs to be done.
I should be able to make your bow during the trip.
Right, no need worry with that at the moment. Oh, real right. I was able to give me a replacement bow for the time being. Not as good as my other one, but It'll work.
Speaking of Akko, how long has he been out there?
It's been a bit. Maybe he doesn't know how to put it on.
Which, it's around this time. Akko, I need you to make a strength check. Or an opposed strength check, actually.
Oh, I have a terrible feeling about it.
You're a half-orc, don't you get? You should have good strength, shouldn't you?
Yeah, I have a lot of strength, yes, but the problem is that I don't know this demon lady. She could have even more.
I assure you, she's probably not a demon lady.
Sounds like
Just attacking me out of nowhere. Just I'm gonna call her whatever damn well I please.
Fair enough.
Let's see, strength check. Where are you? For some reason, it doesn't.
There's not a macro for it. You're gonna have to put a D10 plus your strength.
It says because of grappling.
Does she have 0 strength?
Perhaps, or maybe
Oh,
he's just rolling the D10 without
Yeah,
showing
it's
us.
almost as if he's keeping the bonus hidden, almost as if.
Oh, that was a shit roll. Good bonus.
16.
Shit roll.
Unless she has 8 strength.
So as you just ask, like, how long does it take him to get here? Immediately after that statement, you hear a crash as the aft end of the side of the wall just crumbles down as Akko is just rolling through the debris from the hole he just created. As he just gets into his stand. Or you can describe how you take it.
Well, he'd obviously be frustrated, as you can more than likely imagine. So he'd just get up, just getting as much of the crumbling pieces of wall off of him, just look back like, I could use some help here.
Edge's gonna pick up his bow, but move towards him, and I'm gonna look through the hole, see if I see anyone, the perpetrator for this.
By the time you
damage.
get the bow, you watch as the woman that you were just encountering kind of walks through, brings her arm up, and just rubs her chin, as there's a couple of residual marks of the blood from the hits that you inflicted on her. And she just spits to the side, getting back into her stance after walking through the rubble.
What's all this about?
I don't know. She just attacked me out there while I was changing.
Excuse me, ma'am. Has our friend slighted you in some way?
And
As I
as you
take out my
ask
bow.
that, they move the remainder of the 10 feet and try to punch you again, Akko.
Okay.
I will try to dodge that punch if possible.
You can hope.
Let's see.
As that's another hit.
Uh,
As they move
That's
directly
not- that's
towards
not
you,
the
bringing
end
their
of the
fist up and almost doing a Superman punch, where you guys just hear the impact and everything just like shakes as Akko's head just turns to the side.
that's
Okay,
going to leave a mark.
Okay, at that point, Adze
wait.
is going to run to Akko's side, taking an arrow and knocking it. Excuse me, can you please stop that?
Can I try playing a song?
Yeah,
You may try.
Crystal will run towards the side too.
Oh, pacify. Cool.
Describe what you do, Naomi.
She just gets up, like stands up, and takes out her harp, kind of shaking at what's happening. Please stop, and she'll start playing something that's soothing.
as you begin to play, the woman, like still in her fighting stance and looking like she was just about to kick at Akko, just shakes her head and brings her hands up. That you can see now they're slightly scaled with talons on them. And like brings a hand up to her head and starts to rub it underneath the cowl before pulling the cowl back, revealing long, dark, almost violet hair, as her serpent-like eyes would like have one closed, the other one just like glaring at Naomi, as she would say out to her, "Can you stop?"
Naomi will shrink back and stop playing.
Excuse me, lady, you were punching people. Don't know how it is here, but that's generally considered not exactly the most polite thing to do.
She would like shake her head a couple of times as the song would stop. And you could see like Akko got a couple of good hits on her before whatever happened. Now that her cowl's down. But you look at Akko, then the rest of your group, before pulling the cowl back up. Still not saying anything else.
With like a error in the knock, but not having pulled it back, as he's looking at this woman. So, would you care to explain yourself?
She would walk towards Akko.
He's still not letting go of the axe.
You shouldn't have.
As she would stand like in front of you while you're on the ground.
No, he'd have gotten up. Like when you said that he'd have gotten up, like while he was, getting rid of all the shit off him.
Alright. So as she stands at height, under your height, how tall are you again?
I believe he's like 6'5", so she'd actually be a little bit higher than him.
Dang.
So she's a bit taller than him, because you said he was 6'9".
She's 6'9".
Yeah, she's just slightly bit taller than him.
She'd stand looking down at you, almost face to face. Also, in purposes for your rage, you got 25 more rage because you failed the strength check.
Oh boy.
And he got hit a couple times, didn't he?
Not for real damage.
Yeah, but if it had been damage, I would need to count each one individually. So.
Yeah, it wasn't
But
real
you
damage.
healed.
Yeah, because someone refuses to use a freaking staff on me.
Hey.
You gonna pay for that staff?
Anyway.
I look like Swiss cheese. Come on, help.
As she would look down at you, her muscles still tense, but not in a fighting stance any longer, as she just holds out a hand.
Just Aqua will look at her confused. You attacked me and now you want me to shake your hand?
I couldn't let my boss hire people that's not capable.
Oh, so you're the retainer. That's great. See,
Yeah.
puts the
Strange
arrow back in
recruitment
its.
policy.
Aqua will. He'd have the axe on his left hand now, using the right one to shake hers. Just. You could have warned me.
That would have defeated the purpose.
Fair enough.
As you would hold hands and shake. From that encounter, you can tell that between the two of you, you guys are actually pretty equal in strength.
Hooray.
As she would look back towards the hole in the wall that you guys made, She just kind of give a wince at that, but turn back.
I am not ready for that.
Hopefully you didn't get too roughed up.
I'll manage.
Do you think there would have been an easier way to test him than destroying part of the town?
Just
Probably.
while they all talk, Echo will just in the background just be like cracking his bones, like giving that position, like okay.
The name is Kite.
Kite. Alright.
It's a interesting name. It says he just regains his composure properly and just stops having this fighting stance on him.
So where exactly is your boss?
I was muted. You would hear a person say, "Oh, that would be me," as a platinum-haired individual would saunter inside the still open door of the last catch. Their raincoat, aka leaf, currently pushed down to the side, and a playful and bemused grin on their face. Two large glass-like opticals currently rested in front of their eyes as they would look towards the group. "Oh, looks like you've acquainted with my dear friend Kite. Well, I'm glad to have met all of you."
Suppose it's good to meet you too.
Maylene? Mulan?
They were not.
Her grin would just like, or their grin would just like increase in size as everybody's stumbling over what to say.
They were not very specific with your name.
I know it was amusing. But as they kind of just smirk and grin, we're going to take this time to take our first break.
Oh boy.
So, thank you guys for watching. We're going to be back here within 10 to 15 minutes for the continuation of today's episode, and to see what this playful duo has in store for the group. So, see you guys within that time. Peace.
Alrighty. Okay, so yeah.